guys, happy 2021. So today I'm gonna show you a very simple and frugal recipe about making sweet potato soup. To make that, we are going to need one big sweet potato. In Finland they call it bataati, and we are going to need like 2 potatoes for this recipe and 1 carrot. Most people just use the sweet potato, but when you add the carrot and the potatoes, it changes the costumus. Costumus is more like the texture. Yes, it changes the texture of the soup, and it's also going to change the flavor. It enriches the flavor so much. And also we are going to use dill. We are going to use black pepper, salt for flavoring. I'll put spring onion because I have quite a lot left, and I know it's going to add flavor, like that fresh flavor. I'm going to put a bit of cream just to make it smooth also. And one more thing, just a minute. We are also going to use this. This is the magic. Once you put this, it brings a very, very good scent. Like the soup smells so good, so good. Even if you have guests in the home that ask, "Oh, what are you cooking?" So yeah, very few ingredients. They don't cost much. Like you can see, this cost me only €1.42. Potatoes, the cost close to nothing. 1 kg. I saw yesterday at City Market was going for €1. Carrots, 1 kg is also going for €1. Spring onion, a big bunch, is going for €1, and this is not even the whole bunch. Like you can see, I use part of it to make my omelette. The rest is I store like in a jar, in a glass jar, and then I cover it, and that helps it stay for longer periods. So let's get started. So I want to go and start peeling the vegetables, but meanwhile putting my water to boil, because we are going to use we're just going to boil them first. All right, so let's get started. I'll let you watch something here and then let's talk.
Follow-up from the budget for January 2021. Every single month before the month begins, I do a budget, and for January the budget covered me budgeting an income of $20,000 net. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask. I'm going to be pulling them up over here on my desktop. This is my laptop.
Okay guys, so let's talk about Stacy Flowers. I've been following Stacy Flowers for a minute now, but her channel is all about first of all, how are you doing, and happy 2021. Sorry, I just got so caught up talking about Stacy Flowers. So anyway, I've been following her for a minute, and her channel was all about what is it called? Dave Ramsey, about reducing your debt and being debt free. And she always talked about frugal living and how to make frugal meals and blah blah blah. But I never for the life in me thought that Stacy Flowers makes that amount of money. She said in her channel that she incurred a lot of debt when she was studying. Well, how do I feel about incurring too much debt when you're studying? I don't think it's a very smart move, especially nowadays. But clearly, she's proving me wrong, because guys, you see she earns how much? Did you see how much she's planning to, what her budget for January 2021 is? Yes guys, $20,000 US. $20,000 US is no small money, you know. So that's her budget. For those who don't understand, especially my Kenyan friends, $20,000 US is 2 million Kenya shillings, and that is a monthly budget. Okay? So she goes ahead to say that she still has debt of around 90,000 US dollars, but she has a net income of the 2,000 US dollars after taxes. And I think that is very impressive for a young lady. I think Stacy is around the age of 39, 40. For a young lady like her, I think that's very impressive. That's something to note. Second, she's a business lady. So clearly, through employment, nobody will pay you that amount of money unless you're some top CEO, and that means you're very old and rugged. So yeah, I think entrepreneurship definitely is the way forward. You just have to learn something and a craft and be very good at it. I'm not personally aware what Stacy does for business, for money, but clearly it's good money. Yeah, actually I was just thinking, like, Stacy Flowers, can me and you, can we become friends, you know? Because they say you're the average of the 5 friends you hang around. Like, girl, I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm doing okay. But Stacy is definitely on a fast lane. I'm nowhere near that. Maybe in the near future, who knows, you know? But I like to watch programs and YouTube videos of ladies like her who are very money focused, killing it in the business world, and just accumulating their own wealth. And one of the things I like about her is her policy about giving out and helping those who are needy. And she even has a budget for that in her monthly budget. I thought that was very impressive. And even though it's a modest budget, but it's still, like, it's part of her budget and it reflects in her values. I think that's very good. And I would honestly encourage everybody to do that, because you know what, even the Bible says when you help the poor, you are helping me, like God is saying. And then God says that it's a debt that you're giving him, like you're loaning him, and he owes you. And when God says he owes you, if you're a Christian like me, you know he's going to pay you back. And I believe, I've seen it, I've experienced it in my life. And I would strongly encourage everybody else to do the same. So I like that policy a lot about Stacy Flowers. Now, another thing that caught my eye about Stacy Flowers is her love for family, and she allocates quite a lump sum for her son who's living with a baby daddy, like 2,000 US dollars upkeep. I was like, who's the baby daddy? Hey, he must be living the life, you know. If you're living with a boy who's 18 years old and your baby mama gives you 2,000 US dollars monthly allowance for the baby, well, I must say you're just a lucky dude. Yes, you're a very lucky dude. And the son to Stacy Flowers, you're a lucky boy. So yeah, that caught my eye, and I'm happy and I'm proud that she's a young black female who's killing it in the business world. So those are some of the things I wanted us to catch up on. And yeah, I said I was going to talk about money. So I mean, clearly, evidently, it's that, well, everybody's crying about the pandemic and, oh, where are we going to get money and we don't have food. There's another person on the other side who's making 20,000 US dollars monthly. Yeah, let that sink. 20,000 US dollars monthly. And you want to tell me there's no money out there? Come on. Anyway, let me clear this, chop this, and then we can continue with our chat. So you might wonder why I always come to chat while I'm cooking. In the country I come from, which is Kenya, women chat when they are cooking quite often or fetching water. All right, men Men chat with their friends when they're drinking. This is quite a hard sweet potato. So men chat with their mates when they are drinking. Women chat with their lady friends or female friends when they are cooking or fetching water. And since we cannot hang out when I'm fetching water, because clearly I live in Finland and we don't fetch water, so we do that when I'm cooking, and I can teach you or share a recipe, and then we can catch up on a few things on my mind. Yeah, so I thought that was interesting that a young female can be making it so big. I bet the loan or the debt she acquired doing her MBA was worth it, because clearly it's not long ago that she finished her MBA and she's already making good money off her craft. But it's also evident that you have to do something other than look for employment. All right? Okay. Her policy of tipping 25%. I mean, you guys will have to go and watch the video yourself if you want to know the details. But I hope it doesn't lower your self-esteem. Let it be for encouragement. Don't use it to compare to yourself and feel bad. Let her challenge you. Let her motivate you. Let her encourage you that there's hope. There's hope for Black women out there. So yeah, what else do I want to say? Yeah, her policy for tipping 25%. I don't think you should do the same unless you're Stacy Flowers. For me, I think 25% is quite a bit. But if you have that type of money, why not? Because while it's 25% for her, it's such a small fraction. So we'll wash this. So we'll start with the black pepper. Black pepper, according to your liking. Dill, you know my holy grail, guys. It's never changed. I will not put today the dried spring onion because I have the fresh onion, but put the fried dried onions. Oh, it smells so good, and I'll put generously because, as you've seen, I've not used any other type of onion. I'll use this, and I'll use the fresh spring onions, and then I'll put just a tinge of oregano. I love oregano in this soup, but you have to be very light-handed, like this much. If you put too much, it will spoil the soup completely. I'm not even kidding, completely. So sweet potato, we all know they're very good and very high in potassium, vitamin A, vitamin E, I think magnesium and stuff. So I put that amount of oil, very little. I always use sunflower oil. I know we should use good quality oil, but when the money is not there, the money is not there. It's just how it is. All right. If you can afford good quality oils that are less anti-inflammatory, kudos, go for it. Salt to taste. You guys, let me tell you, let me show you my container. So we have this and we have this. The other day I was making food and I thought I had this end and I had this end open. Oh my God, I almost spoiled my food. I just poured the first time and I was like, oh! And I ended there and it was enough for the entire meal. Thank God I had noticed, because that would have been catastrophe. So I always say, if you can afford better ingredients like good salt, Himalayan salt, good cooking oil and stuff like that, organic vegetables and stuff like that, non-GMO, please go for it. If you can't, at least you're trying to eat healthy regardless. All right, so we'll give that time to boil and soften, and then we're going to put our onions and cream. So yeah, Finland has been snowing very heavily for the last 3-4 days, like you saw in the small clip of video that I inserted in the beginning. But other than that, things are okay. It's not very cold. It's okay. It's fine. We are healthy. We are happy. We are grateful. Schools, I understand, open from the 10th, and the 10th the minister is going to look at the new regulations for combating the virus that is spreading. So we'll see how that goes. So I'll let this boil, and then I'll come and show you how the cooking progresses. Okay guys, this has been boiling for a minute now. So let's check if it's ready. Let's check let me show you. See, that's cooked. Everything's good. So the next step is cream. So we're going to add the spring onions. That much. I don't want the spring onions to overpower the flavors. And then the cream. It's thick. It's called paksum piroga kerama, so it's like the heavy cream. I'll put that much. I don't want it to be too creamy. I've turned off the heat, so I feel like the heat inside the soup itself is enough. So I'll let that cook for, or rather sit for 2 minutes, or until it's not too hot to blend, and then I'll come back. I'm going to use an immersion blender, and with immersion blender you can actually just blend even when food is hot. There's no problem as long as it's not cooking. So these bubbles that are coming up is because the soup is hot. It's not because the fire is on. So mine is the cheap version, so I'll just use I'll just immerse and blend gently, gradually. This blender cost me only 10 euros. That's like 1,000 Kenyan shillings. If you don't have one and you have small children, it's very important. This soup can be eaten by everybody in the family. It can be enjoyed by the elderly in the family, by children, even by adults and teenagers, because it's very healthy. It's easy to make. Cooking time max is 15 minutes, both preparation and cooking on fire. So strongly recommend. It's gentle on your pockets, on your wallet. Hello, January, like Kenyans would say, January. And we all know it has 45 days. So a girl is plugging you, all right? This is how to save money, cut cost, eat healthy. So let's blend this baby. just go this much. Serve my soup. I'm not big on presentation, guys. I'm sure if you've been following me on my channel, you already know that. But let's taste. Moment of truth. It's quite good. I think I was quite light-handed with the flavors. Nothing is too strong. I like it. Yeah, and the other thing, guys, I'd like to tell you, if you have this soup after it's been sitting in the pot for a while, it's usually like the case of absorbing the flavors. It tastes very, very good. So consider trying this recipe and let me get your feedbacks. Otherwise, let's start this year on a strong note, eating healthy, working out, being kind to everybody, our neighbors, our friends, our relatives, and even those ones who are haters. Let's just be kind, and of course, God will reward us. I'll be sharing a lot of recipes this year, and we have a lot of chit chat and even sit downs. For now, bye bye, and thanks for the love and support. If you've not yet subscribed, please subscribe. I'll be sharing more stories because I've realized that you guys like story time on my channel, so I'll be sharing more stories on my channel. And don't forget to press the notification button, the notification bell, so you can get notified every time I post new content.